What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. You don't like it, you can have that seatbelt.
All right, so it's time to talk about this PlayStation 5 Pro finally. So, Sony finally unveiled the long-rumored PlayStation 5 Pro. And I say long-rumored because this has been rumored since the beginning of the PlayStation 5 launch. I remember a coworker at work telling me that she heard that a PlayStation 5 Pro was coming out soon, and this was literally right after the launch of the PlayStation 5. And I actually told her, I said, no, that's not true. There's no PlayStation 5 Pro coming out anytime soon. It's going to be at least a few years from now, and that's what happened. Well, this news has just proven another thing to me. When you have the idea for a video, especially for something that nobody's talking about, just go ahead and make it. Because if I had made the video that I was going to make a couple days ago, I would have looked like a freaking genius, but I didn't. So with the rumor of the PlayStation 5 Pro, the leaker that told us the date of which the PlayStation 5 Pro would be announced, said that they hadn't heard anything about a disc-based PlayStation 5 Pro. And when I was going over those rumors a couple days ago, I was thinking to myself, maybe there's no rumors of it because maybe the PlayStation 5 Pro is digital only, and maybe that disc drive that they started selling separately last year, this whole time was intended for the Pro, because the Pro was never going to have a disc drive. And that makes sense because when you think about it, how many people really needed to buy the standalone drive before this announcement? I mean, how many people out there bought the digital PS5 and was like, oh, you know what? I think I'll get the disc drive now. Like, no, it actually costs more to buy the digital PlayStation 5 and then buy the disc drive separate than it costs to just buy the regular PlayStation 5. So it really didn't make that much sense. And it didn't make sense. It didn't make that much sense to come out with that. Like, it seemed like the attack ratio on a device like that for the Slim or for the all digital PS5 was not very high. And it didn't make sense. But with this, it does. And that's the video I was going to make a couple days ago. Didn't make it for whatever reason. Now I'm kicking myself for it because I would look like a genius. But anyway, so the PlayStation 5 Pro has now been officially announced. And like I said, it was digital only, which doesn't surprise me. But what did surprise me was that Sony was dumb enough to have a $700 price point while still being digital only. Now, I already thought it was stupid when I believed it was going to be $600 digital only. But $700 digital only? Sony officially thinks you are stupid. I said this before a few months ago. Sony did not earn a PlayStation 5 Pro at all. They have not been delivering on the games front for their first-party games. They've been giving you nothing but old games, rehashed. And, well, except for Astro Bot, which just came out, literally. And they didn't deserve to have a new PlayStation 5 when they're not even taking advantage of the regular PlayStation 5. They did not earn a PlayStation 5 Pro. But this is them seeing just how stupid people really are. This whole generation's been a letdown, and they have the nerve to come out with an expensive, a way more expensive version of a system that has literally done nothing this generation. Like, people are just now saying in 2024 that Astrobot, oh, finally a next-gen game. What? What do you mean? 4 years later, and they're saying finally we're getting some good, some good new games like that. That's a problem. That's a big issue. Okay. Now, also with what's that game? The Space Marines or whatever that the game's called. Between those two, I've seen a lot of people like, yeah, finally we're getting some brand new next gen game. Like, it's 2024, halfway through the life cycle, and you guys are saying, oh, we're finally getting these next gen games. That's crazy. So Mark Cerny's presentation, they're, as predicted, showing off old games as their demonstration. So this is the PlayStation 5 Pro, supposed to show how much more powerful the Pro is over the PlayStation 5, and they're showing off PlayStation 4 games. And the differences, at least that in the stream, don't really look that vast. So pretty much, according to Cerny, with the PlayStation 5 Pro, you'll pretty much be able to get quality mode like visuals at higher frame rates on the Pro. But see, that's the thing. He was very careful with the wording. He said like visuals. Quality mode like visuals. So they can't even guarantee you that the PlayStation 5 Pro will be able to give you PlayStation 5 quality mode type visuals at a higher frame rate, at 60 frames per second. They can't even guarantee that for $700. They can't even guarantee that the games that are 30 frames per second on PlayStation 5 will be 60 frames on PlayStation 5 Pro. They can't even guarantee that. Now, let me tell you, when it comes to Sony, they have historically always overplayed the power of their systems. So if they're telling you that, that means that don't expect too much at all out of the PlayStation 5 Pro. Either that, or they're trying to be more realistic with expectations. But even if, like, I don't know, man, that that's crazy. You got people saying, oh, man, you guys are pocket watching. The reason why people are pocket watching is because things like this set a precedent for future hardware. If people are happy to buy this mediocre upgrade of the PlayStation 5 to the PlayStation 5 Pro for $700 digital, imagine how much Sony thinks they can charge for a real, true next generation PlayStation 6. Sometimes you gotta use your brains there. I have never, ever bought a generational upgrade for any system on purpose. Ever. What I mean is, the only reason I had a PlayStation 3 Slim is because my PlayStation 3 broke. The only reason I have a PlayStation 5 Slim is because my PlayStation 5 was stolen. The only reason I had a version 2 of the Switch was because my original Switch was stolen. The only reason I have a Switch OLED is because my version 2 Switch was stolen. I had the DS Fat only. I had the original 3DS only. I didn't buy the 3DS Lite or 3DS XL. I didn't even buy the Game Boy Color. I bought the original consoles. But that's just me. So in case you're going, well, you own multiple. That's the reason. It wasn't by choice. Trust me. But yeah, this is crazy, man. Sony really thinks you're stupid. Like, This is an intelligence test. They think they're trying to see how many stupid people are out there. It's like, we're not giving them no new Naughty Dog games. We're not giving them hardly any good new first party games at all. We're bumping up our controller price. We're not even giving you a free cheap stand that used to come with the system. You could pay $30 for that. And we're going to come out with a digital only system, $700. Let's see who's stupid.